I have some stuff to share that I got this week. And I thought, as the way of swatching all the new supplies and of filling my sketchbook, because I'm doing a daily sketchbook filling challenge thing right now, which you will see in a video at some point in the future once I'm done. I thought I would swatch them in this sketchbook as like doodles of the items themselves. So I already went ahead and I sketched them in, and I added the like packaging colors that aren't the color of the material. So I'm mostly got acrylic stuff and a couple of watercolors and some pencils. And I think I'm going to start kind of from this side, move over so I'm not smearing wet paint, and hopefully I have all the things that I need on hand. One thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to get another sketchbook, get a blank spread open, and smush any leftover paint and stuff onto it, and then use that as a base for another sketch later. So the pencils are first. I should say that most of this stuff is from my local art store because I had a gift card and some reward points to spend. And then the Molotow acrylic marker stuff is from an online store. So these are the Holbein Artist Color Pencils, and I got Luminous Lemon, Luminous Orange, and Luminous Red, which I already have Luminous Opera, which is one of my favorites. As you can see, it's kind of short. Yeah, so I'm just gonna color these in. My plan is to go back over everything once I'm done with these Posca. What are these ones? The PC1MR, which is a 0.7 millimeter, because I like those for line art when I'm doing art with acrylic markers. And so I just got a couple of more colors because all I had was the violet, which is nice, but have some options. Like, hopefully you get a sense of what these colors are like. I really love this luminous red. Like, it kind of reminds me of like a darker version of one of my favorite yarns, which is like fluorescent kind of corally color. So next I have Posca markers. So I got the gold and the red wine in the PC8K, which is the 8mm chisel. And I have at least the red wine in the sort of like regular bullet tip, but I wanted a thicker one because sometimes I like laying down larger blocks of color first. And so I'm just sort of collecting markers for that. And now I already obviously pumped all the paint into them when I got them yesterday, because I figured it was going to be kind of tedious. So this isn't like a first time swatching or first time opening them, because I did test them yesterday, especially with the paint markers because they need preparation. Oh, I forgot to do those black bits. These are not good for filling in areas. This is just a black one that I already had. Next I have the watercolors, which are here. So I got another tube of the Holbein, what is this? Holbein Artist Watercolor in Opera, because I have this in my like main watercolor palette, but I wanted to put some in my this like mini set that I'm putting together, so it's that one there. And then the other one I got is the Schminke super granulating haze pink, which I actually haven't tried this yet. I just poured some into the pan. So this is going to be the first test. So I already know what this one is like. Also still not good at watercolor, even though I've hardly used them in the past couple of years since I started collecting them. Yeah. Okay, that one went pretty far into this color, so I'm gonna have to be careful. I mean, I don't mind if they mix a bit, but I want to kind of get an idea of this one on its own. And since it's super granulation, I think you need to like... Okay, that's way too much water, but you know what I mean? You get... Because like basically it looks gray, and then when it separates you see the pink. And I might kind of mix them in there. This is not how to do painting, by the way, in case anyone couldn't tell. Yeah. I'm gonna use these colors to color in the watercolor tubes as well. Like, I'm not doing all the like details on the packaging, like all the labels and stuff. I just wanted to keep it kind of simple. And then we get to these paint markers. So this one is 020. I think it's something blue pastel. The label is kind of split there, so I can't read it, but oh. Okay, this is a little harder to get these details. But I really love this like greenish blue color. So I'm excited to use that more. And then I also got 201, which is like lilac pastel or something. How much will the line art at the end save me? Who knows? This doesn't have to be good. It's just swatching and doodles. Nothing ever has to be good. Okay. I guess I'll move up to this one, which I got water there. Which is the Golden Artist Acrylic Heavy Body, I think. Yeah, Heavy Body in Titan Buff. I have a couple others of like the Titan colors, Titan Mars Pale and Titan Green Pale or something, which I got with the intention of like mixing them with other colors to kind of make them thicker and more pastel. But yeah, I'm just gonna smoosh some on there. Kind of glob it around. Oh, and there's like a little stripe of it here. Okay, good enough. So I'm interested to like play around with this a bit more, especially with some of the other things I got, which are golden high flow acrylics that are kind of like, they were in the acrylic ink section. But I got, again, the fluorescents, fluorescent chartreuse, fluorescent orange, and fluorescent pink. And I thought, yeah, I could use these as inks or really thin acrylics or add them to other colors to kind of make them, like I like mixing fluorescents in. So what I'm going to do is put some into a palette. And then not add too much water because I want to kind of see. Because yeah, these are more opaque than most of my acrylic inks that I have so far. So I think this is kind of like a similar thickness to the inks that go in acrylic markers. So I thought, because the next thing I got is empty acrylic markers that I've now filled, but I'm kind of intrigued by the idea of mixing my own. Okay, let's wipe that off. Mixing my own colors, and so I could make a marker that has a bit of one of these in it as opposed to a fully fluorescent marker. Oh my god, these are so amazing. Oh, I did them in the wrong order. Oops. Because I had intended that the blue pencil sketch would be for the chartreuse and that the red pencil sketches would be for the orange and red. But, oh well. Like, they'll be covered up mostly anyway. Once I do the line art. These are kind of messy. That's okay. It's better than the mess I made yesterday when I was getting the empty markers filled. Because I thought that would be more self-explanatory. And I could just, like, figure it out when I got there. No, I had to look up a tutorial and watch, like, 10 seconds of footage until I was like, oh, that's what I have to do. That's the part I have to take out, and yeah. So I had a lot of mess, but it's all good now. Also, pro tip, don't lose the spring inside the marker. That's kind of important. I almost lost it. The last things I got, which are refills, so they're the acrylic ink, but in huge bottles because it was a way better value to get the huge bottle, and I am like, this green and this pink are going to be used frequently by me, so I knew that I would use a lot, and I couldn't find the fat markers in these colors where I was looking. So this one is color 236, which I think is like poison green or something. And then this one is 207, which I think on the website said powder pink. So I used them to fill these empty markers. And thankfully, like, you can see which color is in them pretty easily. But I could also, you know, if I wanted to, I could add a drop of the, like, fluorescent into it or something. Which I kind of don't want to mess up this color, but it makes me want to buy more empty markers so I can do more experiments with that. Try to color with this is looking very muted next to the fluorescence. That's okay. I like all colors equally. I don't care for Job. Actually, I'm not big on like bright purple. Like, this is okay. And like really light or really dark purples, or like really pink or really blue purples, but just sort of a smack dab in the middle. Your typical, you like, I don't know. Unpopular opinion, but okay, so that's, I guess, all the products, the art supplies that I got, and that's sort of like swatching of them. Probably start, I got water, probably start lining these, so I might have to like tilt my sketchbook in weird angles. So yeah. Maybe this one should have been blue because it would have contrasted better. Honestly, I kind of feel like I should have done all of them in the blue, but I thought I wanted to try both. So I was trying to do the cooler colors in the blue and the warmer colors in the red, but we'll see if that was a mistake. I mean, it doesn't matter. This is not important by any means. I was also hoping that they would like contrast more with the black, because I thought like I think if they were more opaque, so I probably just didn't shake them enough. I like this going on here. It's pretty cool. Maybe I'll try doing these ones opposite from the pencils so that I do the red line on the, well, this is kind of the same as the fluorescent yellow, even though this one says chartreuse, because I guess it's a slightly greener yellow. Anyway, and then do blue. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Is the swatch on the front of these bottles. So let me just add that in a second. So there you have it. That is my art haul for early January 2025. I don't know if I'll be getting more stuff in the near future because I definitely want to. There's something about like I have not gone to an art store or ordered from an art store in almost a year now. Like my gift card was for my birthday last April and I hadn't used it. So I just go through phases where I'm like, I want to buy all the art supplies, and phases where I just, I want to buy books instead. So right now I'm back into the art supplies, and so I just got these and I'm already looking at other stuff that I want. But I'm very excited to use these, especially this green marker. Yeah, this is what I was maybe most excited about. These are just kind of like practical for my collection of Poscas, which is like I basically have every color in multiple sizes. I just didn't have these sizes of these colors. The watercolors are, again, like I said, for this mini palette that I'm getting ready because I am probably going on a trip this year, and I was thinking of making little postcards, like watercolor postcards of each of the places we visit. And I thought having a set of watercolors that are, fun. So there's like some basic, primary mixing colors in there, and then I have some like fun granulating stuff, and yeah, I'm looking forward to that. The pencils, I love adding fluorescent to my drawings, especially when I do like portraits. I like adding a bit of fluorescent unexpectedly, but I've not tried with these colors yet, so we'll see how that goes. This again is for adding texture, and I'm going to see how it mixes with other paints or inks like these guys. And then I've got this messy page to either use as a background for something or just let it be, because sometimes I just leave messy scribbles in my sketchbook and I call it a day. So yeah, I don't really need to draw this out anymore, so I guess I can just end this here.